When it comes to investing your money, there are a lot of different opinions on the best way to go about it. Some people advocate maxing out your 401k as soon as you have extra cash, while others suggest holding off until you've paid off all your student loans. So, what's the right order for investing your money? What should you invest in first? That's exactly what I want to talk about in this video. I'm going to share what I personally believe is the most optimal order for investing your money. Yes, every situation is different, and we can't possibly cover every scenario in one video. But I firmly believe there are some general guidelines most people can follow to make sure they're putting their hard-earned money to work in the most effective way possible. Number 1, build an emergency fund. Before jumping into stocks, real estate, or funding your new business idea, you need a safety net. This is priority number 1. Focus first on saving 1 month's worth of expenses and place it in a high-interest savings account that you can access easily without fees when needed. I should clarify something important. Would it be mathematically optimal to pay off debt before building an emergency fund? Yes, but mathematical optimization differs from psychological optimization. The comfort of knowing you have a small emergency fund, that you won't need to go deeper into debt for unexpected expenses, eliminates tremendous stress. This isn't money for everyday spending. This emergency fund should be kept separate, almost forgotten, out of sight and out of mind. Start with covering 1 month's expenses. This handles most small emergencies. You can build on this after tackling the next step, which is addressing your high-interest debt. Most adults carry debt, and somehow we've normalized this. Maybe we bought a new car instead of used, or purchased something unnecessary to impress people we don't even care about. One of debt's biggest problems is how it constrains your monthly income. High-interest debt eats away at your earnings and severely limits what you can save and do with your money. By focusing on debt repayment, you're making a tax-free, risk-free guaranteed return. If your credit card charges 20% interest, paying it off gives you a guaranteed 20% return on that principal. All the interest you'll no longer pay. The first high-interest debt to eliminate is credit card debt. Forget meal planning or other cost-cutting measures. This is your biggest step toward financial freedom. What qualifies as high interest? I define it as anything above 8%. Some say 6%, others 10%. I choose 8% because historically, stock market investments yield around 10% annually, adjusting to roughly 8% after inflation. To me, any debt costing more than what you could earn in the market is high-interest debt. For mortgages or lower-interest loans, you can continue making minimum payments while moving to the next step. Number 3, capture employer matching. Step 3 is what many financial advisors put first, calling it free money. How could anyone turn down free money? I don't place this first because it benefits you decades from now, which doesn't help if your current finances are in disarray. Once you've completed steps 1 and 2, take advantage of any employer match for your retirement fund. Different countries call this different things. In the UK, it's pension contribution. In the US, it's often a 401k match. For every dollar or pound you contribute, your employer matches some or all of that amount toward your retirement. For example, if you're earning $100,000 and contribute $4,000 to your workplace retirement plan and your employer matches 100%, you're essentially getting an immediate 100% return on your investment right away. Remember, this differs from the total amount you can contribute. Here, you're just concerned with contributing enough to get the full employer match. Otherwise, you're leaving free money on the table. Unfortunately, you can't claim these matches retroactively for previous years, so repeat this step yearly to never miss out on this benefit. Number 4, invest through tax-advantaged accounts. Now the fun begins. You've built the foundation for true financial freedom. Next, invest through tax-advantaged accounts. This approach is crucial because it's among the most tax-efficient ways to grow your money. Most other investments face taxation. When you profit from stocks, you typically pay capital gains tax. However, investing through accounts like an ISA UK or Roth IRA US shields your profits from taxation. Maximize these accounts if possible. The power of these accounts cannot be overstated. They allow your investments to grow without the drag of taxes, which over decades can mean tens or even hundreds of thousands in additional wealth. These accounts often have annual contribution limits, so taking full advantage each year should be a priority once you've built your emergency fund. Number 5, health savings account. An HSA is essentially an investment account designed specifically for health-related expenses. You contribute money to this account, and it can grow much like investments in the stock market. When you withdraw funds from your HSA, you must use them for qualified health expenses. However, it's worth noting that not everyone is eligible to contribute to an HSA. To be eligible, you must be covered under a qualified high-deductible health plan. If you meet the eligibility criteria, an HSA can be an excellent way to save for future health-related costs. HSAs provide a triple tax benefit. Your contributions are tax-deductible, your money grows tax-deferred, and withdrawals are tax-free when used for qualified health expenses. In 2025, if your qualified high-deductible health plan covers only yourself, you can contribute up to $3,850. For those with a family health insurance plan that qualifies as a high-deductible plan, the contribution limit is $7,850. Additionally, if you're aged 55 or older, you have the option to contribute an extra $1,000. So if you're eligible for an HSA, it's a valuable tool for managing your healthcare expenses while enjoying these tax advantages. Number 6, pay off low-interest debt. This category includes some student loans and car loans. Financially speaking, this debt may not be as harmful as high-interest debt, so you can choose whether to pay it off or invest instead. My personal perspective, unless this debt is helping you make more money, pay it off. If you're using those funds to invest rather than repay debt, it might make sense. But if you're keeping low-interest debt just to have more spending money for lifestyle purchases, consider paying it instead. When debt becomes normalized, it can quickly lead to justifying it to fund a lifestyle beyond your means. Even with low-interest debt, develop the habit of eliminating as much bad debt as possible from your life. The psychological freedom of reducing your monthly obligations can be just as valuable as the financial benefits, giving you more flexibility and peace of mind. Number 7, pay off your mortgage. This is the final step and entirely optional. It depends heavily on your specific situation. Consider variables like remaining equity when your fixed rate ends and term length. Personally, I wouldn't rush to pay off my mortgage. I'd rather invest that money since mortgage rates are typically among the cheapest debt available, and they're structured for long-term repayment. Waiting to invest until after your mortgage is paid could limit your time in the market, reducing the benefits of compounding and long-term growth. Making overpayments can save interest over time, but not all mortgages offer flexibility. Before making extra payments, check your mortgage terms regarding overpayments and early repayment charges. If your mortgage limits overpayments, say to 10% annually, investing the extra money might make more sense. This approach builds investment assets while your property value also appreciates, both enhancing your financial future. You're essentially building wealth in two places simultaneously: your home equity and investment portfolio. Of course, there are psychological benefits to being mortgage-free that can't be quantified on a spreadsheet. The peace of mind that comes with owning your home outright is significant for many people. So ultimately, it depends on your priorities and what helps you sleep better at night. One thing I haven't mentioned is investing in skills and personal development. While not directly related to where you put your money, it's arguably the most important investment you can make. Remember, you can only save and invest what you earn, but your earning potential is virtually unlimited. Investing in yourself through education, certifications, networking, or starting a side business often provides the highest return on investment. A $1,000 course that increases your annual salary by $5,000 is a 500% return in just the first year, with benefits continuing for decades. As you move through these steps, don't forget to allocate resources to growing your income, not just managing what you already have. Hopefully, this gives you clear ideas for allocating your next paycheck. Thanks for watching, and I hope these strategies help you take control of your financial future. Remember that personal finance is exactly that, personal. These steps provide a framework, but you should adapt them to fit your unique circumstances, goals, and values. Financial freedom isn't just about having money, it's about having options and peace of mind.